Iran is not just the Iranians' cause. For too long, the West has treated Iran as a regional problem. This is a strategic mistake. A free Iran would not only transform the Middle East, it would strengthen Europe's security, weaken authoritarian alliances, and contribute to a more stable international order. Volodymyr Zelensky changed Western thinking when he argued that Ukraine was fighting not only for itself, but also for Europe. Support for Ukraine came to be seen as an investment in Europe's own security, rather than simply an act of solidarity. The same strategic logic should apply to Iran. The future of Iran is not only an Iranian issue. History shows that democratic change in strategically important states has often reshaped the international balance of power. The Marshall Plan strengthened both Europe and the West. Support for democratic movements helped undermine Soviet influence during the Cold War, and supporting Ukraine today is widely understood as defending the wider European security order. Yet support for the Iranian people is still too often presented mainly as a humanitarian cause. If a democratic Iran would weaken one of the world's principal sponsors of militant proxy groups, reduce Russian influence, increase regional stability, strengthen global energy security, and limit cooperation among authoritarian powers, then supporting democratic change is not charity. It is an investment in the security of the free world. This becomes clear when examining today's geopolitical realities. Iran has supplied military technology to Russia's war against Ukraine, while continuing to finance and arm proxy groups across Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Yemen, and Gaza. These conflicts have produced instability, humanitarian crises, terrorism, and security challenges that increasingly affect Europe. Iran also occupies a pivotal strategic position. The Strait of Hormuz remains one of the world's most important energy corridors, making regional instability a direct threat to global energy markets and the international economy. Meanwhile, cooperation between Iran, Russia, China, and North Korea has deepened. Although their ideologies differ, they share an interest in challenging the international order based on international law, freedom of navigation, open trade, and democratic institutions. For this reason, sanctions, nuclear negotiations, and military deterrence, while sometimes necessary, address only immediate challenges. They do not resolve the deeper question of how to build lasting regional and international stability. That answer begins with the Iranian people. No democracy can guarantee peace, but a government deriving its legitimacy from free elections is fundamentally different from one whose legitimacy depends on revolutionary ideology and regional confrontation. A democratic Iran would likely pursue different strategic incentives than a regime that has relied on external conflicts for more than 4 decades. Western support for Iran's democratic forces should therefore be understood as long-term strategic policy rather than idealistic assistance. Just as the Marshall Plan shaped Europe's future and support for Ukraine protects the wider democratic order, supporting a free Iran is an investment in international stability. Only the Iranian people can determine Iran's future. The question for the West is whether it continues to regard Iran as a distant regional problem, or recognizes that Iran's future has direct consequences for European security, global stability, and the international order. Iran is not just the Iranians' cause, it is also the cause of the free world. Mahmoud Ashkanian, neuropsychiatrist, PhD.